everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tyne, and welcome back to the second in my video series, which is how to sew with and then different fabric types. This one is how to sew with double knits. This is a video series that I'm doing in collaboration with Lamazi Fabrics. They are providing the fabrics for me as part of this video series, as I am part of their blogger team, and then I'm choosing the fabrics that I want, I'm making the garments that I want, I'm sharing my feedback with you. But this video series is to give you lots of information about specific fabric types, to give you benefits of those, pattern suggestions, and that sort of thing. Just to give you a more in-depth look at different fabric types. What I also do at the end of each video is give you a discount code for Lamazi Fabrics to use on that specific fabric type. And I also open up a vote for the next video, so you get to choose which fabric type I look at next. So let's get started. And let's start with, what are double knits? So double knits, in terms of a fabric type, actually encompass quite a lot of different names of fabrics. And basically a double knit fabric is where the fabric has been made by knitting two layers of fabric together. So this is what we call a double knit weave construction. So double knit fabrics fall under many names. So you might see them named as double knits. You might also see Ponte Roma, Ponte di Roma, Ponte knit fabrics. They are all double knits. A Ponte fabric is usually quite thick and firm. It's got like a slightly horizontal ribbed appearance if you look really closely at it. And it often has spandex in it to give it a bit more stretch. This that I'm wearing is a Ponte fabric. I'll talk to you a little bit later in more detail about that. Interlock jersey is also a double knit fabric, as is double jersey, double peak fabric. You can get a knitted jacquard fabric, which is of a double knit construction, and also quilted knit fabrics. So something like the quilted chevron knit that you can see in the background, which again I'll talk to you in more depth about later. The fibre content of a double knit fabric can be anything from just a single fibre all the way up to 4 or more different fibres in one garment. So it can be made up of lots of different components to give it the qualities that it has. So what are the benefits of using a double knit fabric? Well, they are usually quite firm and more stable. They give a more structured and stable look to the garment that you're making. They often create garments that are more durable and have a heavier drape to them. They're fantastic for beginners to use because they have a lot of body to them, so when you're cutting out and when you're sewing with them, they're a lot easier to work with. They don't shift around so much and they behave themselves a little bit better. The edges of double knit fabrics don't roll so much, unlike sort of lighter weight knit fabrics. They don't wrinkle very much. The density of the fabric means that they are great for garments that are going to skim your body, and they're great for giving a crisp, structured look, but also while maintaining that stretch and comfort of a knit fabric. So lots and lots of benefits there for using double knit fabrics. So I have made 2 garments with 2 different double knit fabrics from the Lamazi website. These are very different in appearance and qualities, but I wanted to talk through each of them to give you an idea of how I sewed with them and what I made with them. I'll start with the garment that is on my mannequin in the background. So I made the Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater using the Mind the Maker quilted chevron knit fabric. This comes in a variety of colours on the Lamazi website, and I've actually since bought a slate grey bluey version as well because I loved it so much. The fabric is itself really unique because it has sandwiched in the middle of it recycled polyester and then organic knits on the outside. So organic cotton knits with recycled polyester in the middle. So when I made this garment, it was really fantastic in terms of getting it cut out. It didn't move around at all. I used a few pattern weights, but not many at all. The fabric didn't fray at all as I was cutting it. I used my rotary cutter to cut it out. I actually used my overlocker to sew most of this garment, which you can do with double knit fabrics. I did test out my sewing machine and my overlocker with some scraps of the fabric before I chose the thread and the needles that I wanted to use and the settings on my machines, so that I knew that it was going to work well with the fabric. On the Lamazi website, I've actually written a blog post about this make, and I go into lots more detail about the ins and outs of what I did to construct it. So I'll link that down below and you can go and see a little bit more about that there. The second garment that I made using double knit fabric was the one that I'm wearing. This is the Closet Case Ebony tunic, and I've made this using the Modal Viscose Ponte Roma in ruby red colour. Now Lamazi have a wide range of viscose Ponte Romas on their website in lots of different colours, but this one happens to also include Modal, which makes it more silky and drapey. So with this make, with it being something that's quite fitted up here and has the raglan seams, I wanted to be quite careful that my seams weren't going to be too bulky, and that's something you should bear in mind with double knit fabrics. When you have layers together, it could create quite a bulky seam, so you need to think carefully about how you're going to finish those. I opted for simply trimming my seam allowances down and pressing them flat because I thought that would sit much better against my skin and you wouldn't be able to see the seam through. Whereas if I'd have finished these on my overlocker and pressed them to one side, I think you would have seen more of a ridge next to that raglan seam. As I've already mentioned, always test out your machine and your needles on a piece of scrap fabric first. So you want to think about which needle you might use. Now I used a stretch needle for both of these makes, which worked perfectly. I sewed this one with a narrow zigzag stitch, and then to hem the sleeves and to hem the bottom of the garment, I just did a simple single fold hem and zigzag stitched that in place. Now you could use a twin needle or you could use a cover stitch machine if you have those available to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you over to the Lamazi Fabrics website and show you their double knit section and just talk you through some of those. So the Lamazi Fabrics website is simply lamazifabrics.com, and then this is the screen that you will see when you go over to that website. Now along the top here you've got all of the different options, and you can see there's an option that says fabric with a little drop down arrow next to it. If you click on that, you can actually scroll down to either view your fabric by designer, by type, or just to view all the fabric. So I'm going to look at fabric by type, and if you just scroll down there you will see that Lamazi have a section called double knit, ponte, jacquard. So this is the double knit section that we are going to look at today. And when I give you a discount code later on in the video, this is the section that you can get a discount on. So everything in this double knit section. So if we click on that, and it opens up that page, and there are 24 different fabrics currently that they have that fit into the double knit category. The very first one that comes up for me is the fabric that I'm wearing right now. So it's the ruby red viscose Modal Ponte Roma knit fabric. It's £8.50 for half a metre, but it's extremely high quality, and I would highly recommend this fabric, especially if you can use that little discount code that I'll give you later. You can see next to it there's also a navy version. I'm a little bit tempted to get that one as well. Then you'll see the Mind the Maker Organic Chevron Quilt Knit in the Bordeaux colourway, which is what I made my Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater in. Then if we scroll down, you'll actually see that same chevron quilt knit in many different colours. I love all of them. I wish I could buy them all. Now you might look at those prices and think £13.50 for half a metre is quite expensive. However, those fabrics are such high quality. I really would recommend them. And also they're extra wide, so they're 160 centimetres wide, so you actually need a bit less of that fabric to make your garment. So if we keep scrolling down, we've got some more of the Viscose Ponte Romas. These ones don't have the Modal in them, so I haven't actually felt these ones myself, but they'll have many of the same qualities as the one that I'm wearing. However, it just might not quite be as silky and as drapey. There's another Mind the Maker chevron quilt fabric. That's the one that I purchased a few weeks ago. It's like a slate grey blue colour. There's also the cable knit fabrics, some jacquard fabric, and then some more of the Viscose Ponte Roma. I do love that spectral violet one at the end. I think that's beautiful. I think my mum would really like that one. So those are all of the double knit fabrics on the Lamazi website. I'm now going to talk you through some pattern recommendations that I have for double knit fabrics. Now obviously you would need to check the stretch percentage, that's really important. So look at your fabric that you've got or you've purchased, or look on the website if you're going to be purchasing it, and hopefully it will give you the stretch percentage. If it doesn't, you can always message the shop directly and I'm sure they'll help you out with giving you the stretch percentage of that particular fabric. Now the pattern suggestions I'll give you won't be suitable for every single type of double knit fabric. So for example, I wouldn't make the garment that I'm wearing, the Closet Case Patterns Ebony tunic, out of the chevron quilt fabric that I've made my Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater in. It just wouldn't have the drape, it wouldn't be suitable, it wouldn't be appropriate. Okay, so these suggestions that I give you will be for different double knit fabrics, and hopefully the information that I've given you already might sort of guide you towards which one would be suitable for which pattern. So starting off, I've got the I Am Patterns Zebra sweatshirt, or Zebra. That would be great for the chevron quilt fabric. Another one that would be great for that fabric would be the Nina Lee South Bank sweater, and I'll link down below to a blog post on the Lamazi website by Janet, who is Janny Sews on Instagram, and she was on last year's Sewing Bee. She's done a blog post for the Lamazi blogger team using the chevron quilt fabric to make the South Bank sweater, so there's lots of advice in there if you'd like to check that out. Another great sweater pattern would be the Coco Hour Crafts chestnut sweater. That would be perfect. And obviously the Megan Nielsen Jarrah that I've already mentioned, as that's what I've made mine in, and I'm going to make another. Now if we're thinking more about the Ponte Roma fabrics or the viscose pontes, here are a few suggestions for those. So the Deer and Doe Sirocco jumpsuit would be fantastic. That one, it is really important to check your stretch percentage, because it might be that you can't get it over your hips if you haven't got the right stretch, so do double check with that one. The True Bias Lodo dress would be fantastic as well for a Ponte Roma fabric. The Closet Case Ebony, which is what I'm wearing, so the t-shirt length, the tunic length, or the dress length would be fantastic for the Viscose Ponte Romas that are on the Lamazi website, as they have that fantastic drape and fluidity to them, but still have the structure. Also the Cashmerette Rivermont dress and top would be great, and the Tilly and the Buttons Zadie dress would be another one. That would be great to combine two different colours of the Ponte Roma. That would look really cute. So if you would like to order some double knit fabric from Lamazi, I've got a discount code for you. It's to get 15% off any of the double knit fabrics on their website. The code that you need is TAMLYNSEWWITH, and that will get you 15% off those fabrics until the end of the month, so until the end of February. If you've got any other pattern suggestions for double knit fabrics, or if you've got any specific questions that you would like to ask, please leave them down below. I will do my very best to answer those for you. I've already started a vote on my community tab on YouTube for the next fabric choice. So for the next How to Sew With video, I'm either going to be focusing on Viscose Twill or linen. So if you would like to vote on which fabric I focus on next, you can either leave your choice down below, or you can find the poll. You do that by looking through your subscriptions, so where you find all of your videos from the people that you subscribe to. If you just scroll back through those, a few days ago I posted the poll, so you'll find that on there. You can vote on there. I really hope this video has been useful to you, giving you a bit more information about double knit. This is the fabric that was voted for after my last video, so the viewers chose this one. I really love working with Lamazi on this little project. It's great for me to go in more in depth to the different fabric types, but also I think it's great to provide the information to you and to involve you in voting for the next fabric choice. Again, if you've got any more questions that you'd like to ask, please leave them down below, or any feedback would be wonderful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell to hear when my next video goes up. Thanks for watching, happy sewing, bye! However, take out that however, Sam.